All right, guys, what up? How we doing today? Um, so there are a couple things we want to do today. I want to go through affliction corpses to see what may or may not affect wretch defilers. That's one thing I want to do. I kind of already have an idea of what I want to run in terms of affliction specters, but I want to just briefly like read through everything just to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Then there are, what else we want to do today? We're going to go over all the information that has been released since last stream, of course. I have actually gone through them, but might as well show you guys in case anyone hasn't seen it. And what else? There was something else I wanted to do. I don't remember. Think what could it have been? It had to do with minions. I think I wanted to go through the mastery changes just to make sure there weren't other masteries that would surprise me, because going through the masteries today, I realized there were a few nerfs and changes that I just didn't even realize were a thing. For example, the plus 50 life mastery was nerfed to 30, and I saw it in POB and I'm like, wasn't this 50? And I had like it was driving me nuts because I'm like, I'm sure this was 50 and not 30. I am so sure. Then I go to check the patch notes and there it is. Like there was a nerf there. They also nerfed the other life mastery where it changes, it costs a part of the mana cost to life. They nerfed that to some, like, you know what? Let's just go through it. And since we have in this Q&A, we're gonna see obviously, but since we have basically been confirmed to be getting all affliction specters just rebalanced, or corpses rather, just rebalanced. I guess corpses, specters in this case just interchangeable. But anyways, since we have been confirmed to get all of them just with like changes, we can plan accordingly, and when we do have more information on what exactly the changes are, we can make informed decisions then. So they released this. They released what else? The tutorial for recently asked questions. The tutorial for the currency exchange. We're gonna watch that too. What else? That is all for now. I like grabbing Ghostwrite. Ghostwrite is pretty chill. I have also taken a screenshot of the runic skeletons, as I want to be sure that they don't get changed. So, you know, just having their current version and then testing it out once PoEDB has done the data mining, you know, with the new patch and all, to see if they haven't changed. Anyways, so without further ado, let's just start with the Q&A, shall we? The first one is Dancing Dervish. Yes. They were OP for all but less than a second, because I think with the change that was proposed, Dancing Dervish could have a situation where A, you could have 4 Dancing Dervishes, or B, if you are like 99% of the minion builds who didn't absolutely need to have some sort of swap, you could have Dancing Dervish in your offhand, in your like swap location, and you just, you know, you put everything you need to create your dervishes. You create your dervishes and then just switch off to regular minions, and now you have two 7 linked Dancing Dervishes just on top of your current minion build. So basically you would basically have minion. You always have them on minion builds if the build didn't exactly need those offhand slots. I honestly probably wouldn't have done that, simply because I love using my offhand slots to level up gems I'm going to use, especially like race specters and maybe zombies type situation. It was something that was to be considered. I wish they had found a different solution to this rather than just reverting, but I guess this is probably just this was the least of all evils they could do with the amount of time they had left. Maybe that is kind of what is the main reason behind this. I don't know, but that's my assumption. Do I want to play music today? I wouldn't mind playing some music. Yeah, I don't mind playing music today. Let's do it. Oh, you're not that loud, alright? Let's get the volume. Okay. Just have something in the background. Anyways, you guys should be able to hear me still as clearly, I would expect. If you can't, do let me know, and you know, I will reduce that. Anyways, Horfrost, is it an ailment? No, it's a regular debuff. I believe this is because... Why did they have to clarify this? Let me check the thing. The Warden Ascendancy. Yeah, it's for Unbound Fury. You need to apply an ailment to gain a stack of Unbound Fury. And if this is just a regular debuff, it means that when you fail to freeze and you apply Horfrost, that doesn't count towards Unbound Fury. The chill will, assuming you change your chill value, I think, or maybe it just always will. And of course, freezes will, but Horfrost won't. Is the 2-second dish from Warden's Oath of Winter passive affected by freeze duration? That is the one that makes it so the minimum freeze is 2 seconds. And it is no. If it's below 2 seconds, set it 2 seconds. If it's higher, it's higher. Does gold scale with quant? Yes. Yes, it does. But do resources scale? Yes, but at a reduced rate. That's basically the answer to this. Far shots new damage bonus applied to all damage. I don't know what far shots new damage is, so let's check. No longer provides far shots. It instead now provides projectiles gain damage as they travel further, dealing up to 30% more damage with hits and ailments. So, wait. So far shot. This means far shot is still in the game. It's just the ascendancy is just a positive without the negatives of far shot. I assume far shot didn't have a downside. It's not like point blank. Deals damage respect to distance, reducing damage initially. Yeah, so it no longer has this reduced damage initially. It just has increasing. Like instead of it going like down then up, it just has up. Maybe it won't be as. Maybe it might be slower or something, or it won't have as steep of a curve when it starts going up like it did previously. But I feel like this is 60% more damage to targets as the projectile travels further. So yeah, in that regard, it's a lower, more multiplier. But there is no downside to close range. You're not eating a damage loss. What else was there? Did they work with mines? I mean, you apply the ailments with mines, but you do not get Unbound Fury unless you hit yourself. That's kind of what I was expecting. Valor works when you hit a rare or unique enemy or kill an any enemy, no more than once every 0.5 seconds. To a max of 50 valor, I think. If you have 2 tinctures active, and there's one flask in the middle, does that one gain 4? No, it gains 2. Rune smithing enchantment to unique weapons. No, you can't apply it to unique weapons, and you can't use orbs of chances with the said items, or any method to change them into unique. You can't do it with that item. ED and Ralakesh are not going to interact together because the way it would work is with ED, you have up to your max chaos res to get like elemental damage reduction. So if you had, let's say 70, you'd have like 35% damage reduction essentially for elemental damage. So with Ralakesh, you would then be able to stack it with endurance charges to where what's it called? To where let's say you had like, let's say 6. That would then give you 24% PDR and EDR. And that would make this very OP. Like you'd basically be taking like negative early damage. Like it would have been wild. So they changed it to not work. Your max charges are just 0. You can't go ED if you want charges. Like the fact that you can't gain charges on ED anymore is it's definitely gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting for the builds that already run ED, because that means they can in no way take advantage of charges. It's not. They outright specified it's only regular Joes. What do I have to say to that? Yes, they did. Let me see. Path of Exile. Where did they talk about jewels? Must have been War Cries. This is still melee, right? Yeah, it's around here, I think.
Instead, grant additional elemental damage reduction, making it multiplicative with resistances. You can now get 4% per charge, alongside the existing 4% physical damage reduction. Eternal damage around the Marauder class start. Elemental resistances as modifiers.
Okay.
On top of this, Jewels can now roll maximum elemental resistances as modifiers.
They actually didn't. They actually didn't say. Unless it's here, but I don't see anywhere that's anything like that. He actually didn't. This was not the thing to postpone by endurance stalker. Ah, I know, right? This league endurance charges are they're gonna be harder to come by. while showcasing a regular Joe. While it's unlikely, it's not impossible. As far as I've seen. Gonna try to snag a max endurance charge ring in the first week. I feel like that's gonna be fucking expensive. I mean, granted, in the first week it's gonna be cheaper, but are you still gonna go your endurance stacker? And are you gonna use, how are you gonna generate your charges? Relakesh? Or because to be fair, endurance charges right now are fucking strong. They are very strong. Cheapest is gonna be true. I often wear it till 60 to 70. It's so convenient to have on my main legs and cheap as fuck to get. Start? Never checked it out this early. Maybe I will. Home sign. I have no idea what this does. Level 10 enduring cry, and then oh, this is a tier what unique. It doesn't say, or am I just not looking at where it should say? Does it not say what tier unique it is? Let's take a screenshot of this.
Maximum. On top of this, Jules can.
Yeah, that's what he said. Just wanted to be sure. Maybe double corrupt a bunch. So you can get the Is there max endurance? Is there max endurance charge implicit? Corrupted implicit? It's T4. Where did you see it? It's not on this page, right? I'm not bugging. Unless it's somewhere I'm not seeing. Analysis of unique items. And then what is this? Click Control F. Rings tier. No, looking for. What is this? Is this the tier they were in the different leagues? I mean, nice tier 4 is what I have to assume. Savas Feast is a tier 1 unique. And tier 4 is not bad. Oh, wait. Before we even do that, I want to see something. Ghost Ride is a what? Tier 4 unique too. Okay, not bad. Not too bad. Max endurance is on boots. Q&A. I could try looking. I don't remember it in the Q&A, but then again, stop paying attention. But I also take a look at talkative try summary and see. Talkative try. But I'm trying to see if they ever mentioned the fact that, you know, what's it called? That stats max res is rollable on Ghastly Eye or not.
This was Ziggy's first Path of Exile video from directors yesterday. Path of Exile early morning hours attached. Enjoy, my fellow exiles.
Huge PoE update, both in PoE ever, is PoE 2 send off, gold in PoE 1, or gold stay, gold gambling, concepts, meta progression only.
Is this intentionally a meta progression league?
How?
There's not only a meta progression here, the world encounters are pretty fun too, and haven't really been dealt in. There's one in every area with 5 or so, or maybe a 6 different outcome or variation. It's a super difficult boss. Most of the encounters are fight monsters in a circle, game things, with another being fight monsters in the whole area. Then there's
I'm guessing if there's anywhere it's going to be, it's in the end game changes.
Question 15. Can you play? Oh my, here we go, everyone. Question 15. Can you elaborate a bit on the end game changes? They changed a bunch of stuff, and Mark is not afraid to take rests. That's why they pushed out so many changes early on in Necropolis.
I have a Ralakesh one with plus max. Oh god damn, you do?
People were getting 150 uniques from
already costs almost 30D this. Like I imagine the next one. How much is base Ralakesh? If that costs 30D, it must be dirt cheap. Right?
Plus unique items alone with all the different multipliers at one in play. People were getting 150 uniques from one boss. Some maps had 100,000 plus unique items alone.
I know it was only shown as a base jewel, but Zurats or someone says they mentioned that they said something akin to like it's only on regular jewels and not on cluster/abyss, so or some variant of that.
Now,
but I don't remember this being anywhere.
Thought process here. I respect the guy massively. He obviously loves this game, he plays the game, and he is willing to make huge decisions and risks, not only during the development process, like here in Settlers of Caldor, but early on in the league too, to do what he thinks is right now.
I guess that was one of the uniques that got printed when the T17 things were happening.
Right now, he might be wrong in some scenarios, but he admits that. He admitted that here, that they took risks and they did not pay off, and they'll just have to learn from them. I really like this design philosophy, and I love the way he's communicating it. I hope this continues in the future. Question 16. What changes have been made to T17 map monsters? Monsters have 55% less life and about 35% less damage. Whoa, that's big. Question 17. Did Necropolis hit the mark for grinding gear games? No, there were plenty of layers there that they were disappointed with. The graveyard was tedious. The number of quad tabs people used for corpses was maddening. At one point, Ziz messaged Mark and was like, look how many
I used the max endurance to cap my res, funny enough. Whenever I had perma endurance charges, I did the exact same thing. I know I had a build that took advantage of perma Warcry buff or Enduring Cry, and I 100% use it to cap my res. I think it was like Necrotic Bones or something.
Question 18. What led to the massive melee hit? Question 19. Any other leagues returning, like Trial of the Ancestors, anytime soon? Not right now, nope. But if you asked Mark about Sentinel returning, he would have said no about that too. Things change weekly.
But there's only 10 rooms. That's my assumption. And this is the ultimate room.
The summary of
Yeah, I don't think they ever asked. Gold gambling, cozy concept of this come about. Power that they said powered. I remember that one. Yeah, I don't think so.
To hear about. Question 10. What does gold scale with? Everything that items scale with, like item quantity and the like. It cannot be traded between players. They'd like to stress this. Question 11. Do the map runners actually run the maps?
I don't see it anywhere. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere, my guy. There's no question here that could have that as an answer, to be honest. But we'll just have to wait and see. It doesn't matter that much. It's not like even if it's on the Ghastly Eye Jewels, if it's a suffix, then there is a spot for it, because typically your suffixes would go to damage if you've used minion skill recently, and then your last suffix is kind of, what was it, up in the air. If you're not going like chance to poison, you could go chance to hinder, stuff like that. But then if you had access to plus charge, plus max res, you just go plus max res. But yeah, this next league is gonna be wild. I've just been planning what I want to do, and the more I think about it, the more I think I am going to go armor ES hybrid for all my gear pieces, because there are just so many things that are good with it. Because you can then scale nodes like this and this. You can get scale masteries like 100% increased armor ES from equipped body armor, which coupled with all the increased numbers we're going to get from that body armor slots is going to be huge. Not to mention, I think in the case of 100% increased, we can probably even try to get armor ES stats on said body armor, and that would also benefit from from this scaling. I don't know if it's just the base that gets this 100% increased, or if everything gets, it's not 100% more, it's 100% increased. So I assume that the final value after modifiers will get increased by 100%. Not times 2, but it could be that it's the base value that gets increased by 100%, and having additional armor ES modifiers doesn't alter it in the slightest. And there's actually an easy way to test this. I can create a new POB. We can go, it doesn't matter where we go. Let's go Templar because it's the shortest distance, and let's do this one. Just path straight there. Increase armor ES if yada yada. So we take it off and we do helmets. Armor ES helmets. Armor ES gloves. Armor ES boots. Then last but not least, body armor. So we can see we have 1390 and 335. If we then go for this one, we go 1943. We go an increase of 3. Is this 3? No, it's 553 armor and 132 ES. Can we see just how much armor we're getting from the body armor? Yes, we can. It's 553. that's how much we're getting from the body armor. But if we unequip this, it is still 553. So if we put it back, where is this effect? Here? No. One one 3 0 23 23. I guess that's global base. How on earth? I guess it did add it here. It went 553 x 2.23. So if I were to remove this node and then put saintly chainmail, let's say increased armor ES, and let's say flat armor ES. So now we're up to 2000, and it says 1094 from the body armor. Total 1345. Lol, 1345. Then let's go this one. Let's see. Now it says it's still 1094 base, but now it goes up to, instead of 1345, it is now 2439. Yep, that is coming from our body armor. That is a lot. And ES wise, we have 799, 522. So that's at least 200 extra. Yeah, that is a big multi. Now it's less effective because I already have like other sources elsewhere, like other than this, and you know, and here, like we still have nodes like this, but it is still going to be very nice. So whatever value you're gonna get from the body armor, like once you get your global increased, you just add 100 in there. That's basically how it's gonna work. So let's say, let's go back to the video. Let's go back.
Corp
They showed some base types, right? I'm pretty sure they did. The question now is, was it when they were telling us? I think it was here. Yeah. Royal Blitz is 12-12.
we have reduced the amount of flat evasion and armor from the Grace and Determination auras.
I assume this is gonna be the highest armor piece, right? Whereas right now, if I were to just go armor and I went glorious plate, that's 1070. So this is 200 armor more, but this is at 0% quality, and by the time you multiply this by 0.2, where's calculator? You multiply 1212 by 1.2, you have 1454. So this will give you 1400 armor, but this is the flat armor piece. Now according to POB, you have the Saintly Chainmail given 1094 versus the Glorious Plate given, okay, this is because of this. So this is given precisely half of this. 1070, I imagine it's 535. Yeah, 535. So slightly above that. slightly above half. And if we were to go ES, I think it's going to be the same thing with our Regalia. So this gives 236. Half of 236 is 118. And this gives slightly more than 118. So we have the same thing where it's kind of like slightly more. But these are all 20% quality. And we can probably just... Should we? Let's do it. Let's remove the quality. Where's quality? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say. Like, there is no way. So now if I compare Glorious Plate with its 892 and this with 1212, that is an increase of slightly under 300. $320 increase. So they buffed this by just how much? 320 divided by... How do we do the math for this again? It's like divided by, I think it's 892. Times 100. So this is a 35% increase. Because if I do 892 times 1.35, 1204, which is roughly like it's slightly under, but so like roughly 35% more armor was given to this. So if I were to use that same kind of multiplier, for this one, which should be half of, slightly above half of this, right? I should be get a, if it's like that, of course, it could be very wrong. It could be not. 1.35. So we're looking at getting like 600-ish armor. And if I were to give it quality of like 40%, would I get, what is 622? So like 38's quality. $630. Okay, still less. 35. 622. Perfect. Perfect. So we're looking at ES of this too. And then if we're to take this node, yada yada, we're now looking at, well, we're looking at how much gain. I can't really look at how much gain because this is increase and it all depends on your tree. So I guess this is the wrong POB to be doing that. But we have gained some information. So 35% quality might be a good estimate for where the new highest might be. Emphasis on might. Very possible it's very different. So if I go back to my register file and I go into the mid budget, this should be CI. Yes, it's the CI. And I were to do, let's remove this one because we have enough leech. I like this, but this is body. Oh, this is wrong POB then, because this one can't even take use of that. It's you that can. So it's this one that would end up doing what I want to do. So I have the option, reg defiler tests. Give me a second, I need to pick up a call. Should be like 5 minutes maybe. All right, I'm back. Where were we? So we created tests, and I also want to create test armor/ES. So this is going to be test ES, where I just make all my pieces 35%. So swords, var regalia, 35 quality. Let's go. Gloves 35. Boots 35. Helmets. I think helmet would also be the same thing. I think helmet would be the same thing. So let's go Rate Lord. And let's do 35. Since all the bases are getting more everything, I think even uniques would benefit from. So we have everything that we know should be getting a bump in terms of base numbers. And with this, this should have been ES. Anyways, with this, we have 8k ES. But then again, we have Piranda's Pact. But Piranda's Pact is coming back. So this is still possible, I think. This is still possible. We'll see. Convert to 3.25. Thank you. $8k is wild. I'll say that much. I don't need light radius. Less physical damage taken at full ES is big. Everything else is fine. Yo, having 8k ES and I still have 23k armor, keep in mind. But then again, I think this is still old determination, is it? No, it's new determination. That's... Ooh. But can I actually eat damage is the question. For example, can I eat a Shaper Slam? Of course, this is non-Uber. Can I eat a Shaper Slam? Let's see. Remove this. Hits before death 5. That can't be right. Unless it's counting blocks, which it might be. No, it's 1. Okay. Damaging hits before death 1. So I can eat 1 non-Uber Shaper Slam if I just go pure ES. And I get like as high as I can. In this case, 8,000. Then if I were to, this should be armor. This should be just ES rather. Armor ES. Then this would be armor ES, and this is gonna take a bit of work, but we're going to get the exact same stat on the exact same pieces. Just on different bases. So like this is armor ES, we go saintly chainmail, we give it 35 quality, and we give it, we scale both armor and ES. So here we want flat armor ES to the tune of, what's the tier we got here? I don't even remember. And then increase armor ES. I'll give them tier 2 until proven otherwise. But let me see, Var Regalia. This is tier 2. This is at the top of tier 2. This is tier 1. Okay. So we'll put both of them at the top of like tier 2. I'm about to take my ADHD pills and just play TLI till Friday. I feel like I'm on withdrawal. you know, I mean, what I've been doing personally with my free time, if I want to like game, is Torchlight. That's what I've been playing. Like I just turn my brain off and I just play Torchlight. I haven't got a strategy where I'm running tier 7.2 maps and I'm just, it's the exact same map I'm running every single time. So I know the layout. I don't even need to I'm not worrying about those cards. I don't care about them anymore. It's just running to the new map, do season mechanic. I am running, what am I running? A boss rush strategy where I'm getting compasses, I'm getting extra star shards, and I'm getting eternal resources. Why am I getting eternal resources? I kind of want to just I kind of just want to mess around with the city of Eterna, even if it's not profitable. Why are you running? Yo, the hype for PoE is insane. That is why. Well, that and making currency in Torchlight, of course. So this is Saintly Chainmail. Let's do the same for the helmets. Well, boots are next, so let's just do boots. Two-tone boots. Armor ES. Increased armor ES. Put it to about tier 2. High tier 2 is fine. Add, switch, two-toned. Next comes the gloves. Oh, wait. Before I do anything. 35 quality. Where's quality? There we go. 35. What up, Armin? How you doing? Did you see the things that have been posted by GGG so far? If you haven't, I do plan on checking it out in a bit once I just finish doing some brief tests on seeing which is better. How is, okay, it's armor ES but we can get life? That's kind of strange. This is percent increase armor ES, so I need flats armor ES. That's the one. Then I need, where our gloves, we've done boots, we need helmets. No, helmet is still rate lord, so we can't. Oh, fuck me. Rectify, I can't make use of that node because of the helmet. The helmet doesn't give armor. Yeah, okay. Oh, that kind of sucks. So it means we just don't take that mastery. But we're gonna do all the, we're gonna still see how high we can go. I still think hybrid might be the play. So let's see, Rate Lord is here. 35 quality. And did we get boots? Yeah, we did. So gloves, boots, chest piece is done, everything is done. So we're looking at this. What does this entail? This is Guardian Pinnacle. This is about 6k ES with 36k armor. In terms of Shaper Slams, how many can this one eat? This one can eat 1.74, so it can eat more Shaper Slams, but not up to a full second Shaper Slam. Now, granted, if we're fighting the Shaper and he slammed us and we survive, then we just leech up and we're back to full ES. But this isn't bad at all. At all. But this also assumes we have our guard skill up, which we might not. So to make this a bit more fair, let's actually, no, it's not fair if I take off my guard skill because it benefits from the extra armor I get from scaling armor ES. Oh yeah, convert. So yeah, this mastery is no longer that. Helmet doesn't have armor, so this doesn't apply. So we'd go with this one. It's kind of sad that every single, like, there's no Rate Lord build that can take advantage of that node. Like, that much is kind of sad. But it is what it is, I mean. Again, we don't need light radius. All right. I need to unlock wings on the battle pass. What battle pass? Necropolis? 50% of your energy shield is added to your stun threshold. So if I look at this, let's compare the two, shall we? That is the armor ES version. Let's open the ES version. This one can eat 1.36 hits. It has, let's switch this from average, and I think this should be all right, right? It should be actual max hits. Whereas with this one, we're going to do the same thing, non-average, max hits. So we're gonna give this one plus 200 all resistances. We're giving this one resistances because we changed its gear and we didn't. I don't want to bother trying to put resistances there. So in terms of max hits, we have on the pure ES version, we're also capped on. Why am I not capped on resistance? Oh yeah, I remember why now. The reason I'm not capped on resistances is because of the changes to the block node. That's why. Anyways, so in terms of max, this is 17k on the pure ES, 18k on the armor ES. I would hope so. because it has way more armor, but let's see. Fire max it is 40k. This has it at 37k. Why? Max res is the same, so why? 49k, 45k, 42k, 38k. Why does this one have lower max hits across the board? Is it because I'm sacrificing? Oh yeah, because I'm sacrificing just base HP for armor. That's why. And the difference is 2,200, give or take. That's a lot of base HP. That's a lot of base HP. Block chance is also less here. Why the fuck is block chance less? $75. It's because of the shield. Because Var Regalia had curse effect block AD. Okay. That's why. So it's not a perfect comparison. So Var Regalia, Saintly Chainmail, Eta, Seren Exarch. Effect of this. %. Then 10% block AD. So Fizz Max it is a bit higher because of the aura effects. On Nerve, Lightning Exposure, that's unimportant. Boots do not have Eldritch implicit. That's fine. Okay, so now I think now we're getting more of an apples to apples comparison. There's nothing else we've changed, so everything should be fine. So this one is a 1,300-ish Fizz max hit increase. Fire max hit of this is about 2,000 lower. Code is about 2,800 lower, 2,700. And lightning is 2,000. Well, a bit over 2,150, so like 2,3 something. So for the price of having a higher Fizz max hit by less than 2k, let's say 1,500-ish, no, 1,200-ish, I'm losing each early max hit by like 2k or something. Is that worth it? Because like Fizz max hit is what would kill you, right? And having an early max hit of 38 to 47k is not bad in and of itself. And the higher I can get that Fizz max hit, the less prone I am to one shot. And so long as I do not get one shots, I should be able to sustain this back up. That's kind of my idea. Plus, honestly, if we wanted to take this seriously, we would obviously we're obviously going to repoint our tree to where we can get the +3 to max res from here. That's 3 here. We already get the +1 from here, so that's good. And we're not going to get one from here because we don't scale life, sadly. But yeah, if I go -3 spell damage and I instead go on your attack damage, eh? Yeah, I would have to find points on this tree to... I'd have to find points on this tree to put into this +3 max res. But if I do that, this max hit should also go up by quite a bit. Like if I had to just do this, my max hits go up to 43, 54, and 45. So minimum goes up to 43. Also, with the reintroduction of what's the name, Spirit of Fortune, we might be able to actually go own Etals on this build without suffering, like with even more upside basically. Because if we use Spirit of Fortune, our Red Defilers have lucky lightning damage, so we then can drop the what's the name of that thing, Perkrow Store, which has the downside of making lightning damage to us lucky, and we can get even more lightning max hit on our lower budgets. Overall, I think Armor ES is worth it if these numbers are accurate. Of course, they might not be, or they might be. We don't know. But if they are accurate, then Armor ES is probably the way to go. It's probably just the way to go. Plus, it has it. Plus, if you look at its EHP, it's slightly higher, even though this number is very flawed. EHP is very flawed. But in a case where it's not abusing any life on block or ES on block and having, you know, those calculations scale it to the moon, I think this is decent. Yeah, I think this is decent. By the way, have you guys decided what mechanics you guys want to do on like league starts? Because like I'm suffering from the worst case of like indecision. I have almost no idea what it is I want to run. Because a part of me wants to run Blight. But I know Expedition is like, that early currency I get from Expedition is invaluable for just pushing my Atlas. And I think I can have enough points to get both. I think this is possible. I think it's entirely possible to get both. You know what I should do with that comparison? I just realized something. I really should turn off my flasks. That is going to be the ultimate test. Because without the flasks, I get to see closer to what my phase max hit is actually going to be. And just for this sake, let's turn off Molten Shell. You still have an armor of like 20k, which is impressive. This is the Armor ES version. 20k and a phase max hit of 12k. Determination, of course, never goes off, so I don't need to do that. But if I go for the ES version, I turn off Molten Shell. And I turn off all of these, which, by the way, this is no longer even an option. It is still 12k. Phase max hits. You know what this is? This shows just how bad armor is. It shows just how bad armor is. But you see now, here's the kicker. If I were to go Var Regalia, and instead of non-curse, I were to go, what's the name of the other one? Not even Max Res. Ether Worlds. I'm looking for, what's the name of this buff? Conversion phase to Ellie. It's gonna be and I think they said Eldritch implicit now. I don't think POB has done it. Yeah, POB hasn't done it because I guess we just don't know what's. We don't know. I guess we don't know the numbers, right? Yeah. They haven't said. But how do we test this? Let's assume it is going to be 20% is safe. 20% is safe. But let's do 10%. Let's say we can get 10% from our, I think it could be as high as 20, to be honest. Eldritch implicit. I think we can get as high as 20. Because it just makes sense since they removed every other source to where you're not just cocked on physical damage if you don't run lightning coil or what's the other one? Cloak of Flames. But let's see, let's do 12%. This is 12% on the ES version. And this gives, of course, this is not possible right now because it's past the count, but that's what I'm checking right now. I'm checking this. And of course, I should probably remove, I don't know if it's gonna be Eta or Exact, so I don't know what to remove here. So I'm just going to leave it. Maybe I should remove non-curse auras. I think that might be the safer one. I don't know, we'll see. Doesn't matter. Right now I'm comparing the two. We have a phase max hit of 13.4k. Now if I go to armor ES, this might be a very big determining factor where it's like we see just if the armor we get is enough to really pull away in terms of efficiency against physical damage. But like this just goes to show just how bad armor is at mitigating against physical damage. It genuinely shows that. 13.393. I feel like that's the exact same thing we have with this one. 13.395. So this one even has 2. It can take 2 extra damage, 2 extra face damage and live. This is without flasks. This is without molten shell, yada yada. If I were to throw in molten shell, we'll see more of a difference. Oh wait. Oh, 11k, 11.6. But doesn't that mean I turned off the wrong thing here? Yeah, same thing. 10.2? So when multi-shell is down, the armor ES version can eat less physical damage than the pure ES version. God damn, man. It looks like going pure ES is the way. It looks like this is the move. Now, granted. We all know how armor works. So if I had to put it against a real physical hit, that is when like we'll see like a difference. So like if I go Shaper Slam has physical damage 13k. I am not eating it with this setup at all. But if I go this, I am so not fucking eating this, man. Jesus Christ, man. If these numbers are accurate, then just going straight up into ES is better defensively than specking armor ES. As much as I don't want to believe it. This is of course without molten shell or flasks, which if you're bossing, there's no guarantee you have either of them up if you eat a hit. And keep in mind, we're always going to be at full ES no matter what, because of our leech, because of this. We're always going to be at full ES. So we're always taking advantage of 10% less physical damage taken while on full ES. Unless he hits us with something right before the slam to where we're not able to instant leech back up, but I think we should be able to. Holy shit. There has to be something I'm missing. Did I get 30% quality on everything? 35, 35. This is armor. Yes, 35, 35. It's everything though. So like, god damn. Like, ironically, if I put on molten shell, of course, it obviously becomes different, where you can now eat 13k. You can eat 13k of a Shaper Slam and almost one. Max is 13k rather, 13.4k. Whereas if I come here and I do the same thing, 13.4k. Same thing. I'm disappointed in armor, I'm gonna be honest. I am very disappointed in armor. Like, I know how armor works, but like, it becomes really obvious just how bad it is in situations like this. So the goal might honestly be get as much face damage taken as on your via your Eldritch Implicits. Go full ES. Then what? Is Determination even worth it to get 9k armor? Or do we just go Discipline? $12.8k, 13.4k. If we go obviously, let's put Stone Skin. No, Steel Skin. That's the one. If we go Steel Skin and we go Discipline, we have a Fizz Max hit of 15k. And we have an ES pool of 9,600. Nah, G. It's not even close. We can eat 1.1 Shaper Slams with this setup. Whereas with the armor using Determination and Molten Shell, you can't eat up to 1. Like, it's staggering just how bad armor is. Like, let's use flasks too. Because at the end of the day, flasks cannot they are obviously going to be off in a bosses scenario, so like it's not effective calculation. But let's just see. We're up to 1.82 because we have an armor rating of 39k. Cool. Now if we go to this one, we were to turn on all of these. Keep in mind, we probably wouldn't be going, oh, we should turn this one off. Just make it none for now. This is 18.6k. 16.2k. So once you have your flasks up, then you scale so much armor that it then starts passing this one in terms of how much armor you can eat. But to be fair, I also would not go these two if I were to go ES. I would rather scale evasion, like this go evasion, or is there any flasks I can get that would help my ES? No, there isn't. By going armor, if I stop scaling armor as much, and I have to kind of pull away from these nodes, which give armor ES and more focus on ES nodes. So instead of pathing this way, I might have to like path here, but I need to be here for the block as well as for the that which was taken, which is basically what is going to be in the next patch. How do we do it? We can't path to here. We also don't have too many energy shield nodes, but we do have ES and evasion here. So we can potentially swap out of here and go ES evasion. If you stack evasion on top of block, there's a chance, well, the chance you get hit is it's taken down by so much, right? That would be the beauty of going evasion. You can also just gain a lot of ES recovery from this, a node like this. But is it even worth it? I don't know that it is, because like aside this evasion ES, right? The next evasion ES nodes are like down where? Might be all the way. Is there any others? Evasion ES is here. I felt like there was a big one. This is life. So it's down here. Yeah, no. So that's the biggest downside of not going something like determination, though. Of course, we don't care about this. If we can find a way to run these 3 auras, we're chilling. If we can find a way to do it. But I don't think we can, because we have like reservation here. We have this reservation. I would have to switch from like this to this, which I guess is not the end of the world. Let me create an Uneto that has anointed charisma. If I were to go that Uneto, what is my ES? 9,200. But then I gain armor ES and I have 18k phys max it with everything going. My armor gets up to 19k when I have flash up, so when I'm mapping, I'm pretty tanky. But then if I were to switch to the other Unetos, with this one that has foresight, then I have to pick one or the other. And if I pick, let's say, discipline, then if I pick determination, rather, my ES falls to 8,000 and my phase max is 16.7k. And if I pick the other one, phase max is 16.2, but my ES is 9,600. Plus, I have to also make sure if I go charisma, I have enough mana to cast shit. I can't cast anything. I can't cast Desecrate. Actually, I can. Desecrate should still be a level 1. 0% quality. So I can cast Desecrate. Bone Offering I cannot cast, which is a problem. Stormbrand, Conductivity, all of these are problems I don't want to have. So going this, I do not have enough mana reservation to not build it. Is there any easy mana reservation I can get? I can get it on the chess piece, but then I sacrifice my maximum early crafts for that, because the way I would craft this is I'd craft the prefixes, which guarantees I get 2 really high rows of max ES to get a really good base. And then I would craft the suffixes. You know what I'm just realizing? I'm just realizing something that's actually very important. I did the math to get that's 35 quality to get to 12.2, right? 12, it's 35 quality, give or take. It's actually like 36. Because if I go back this here and I go 892 times 1.36, yeah, so actually 36. This is actually closer, slightly higher, but this is for 0% quality. So if I were to go for 12 times 1.2, that'd be 1454. So at 1454, how do we get that from 892? 1.5? It's not enough. Actually, this isn't even accurate because, let me see. This is I go, what did I just get? 1454. That has no stats. So let's create an item. We're going to just do it real quick. Try to figure out how much quality we need. Body armor glorious plate has let's go to 0. Let's just confirm it's 0. So that means 892 versus 1454. So let's go 50 quality. It's gonna be more than 50, but let's see. 1338, not quite. 60, let's try 60. This is simulating 20% quality, which is now more applicative. So we know it's 1454, slightly more, so 63. Actually, probably 62, but let's go 63 first. 1454, perfect. So it's 63. God damn, man, 63% quality. So let's just do that. Jesus Christ. No way. No fucking way. Like, no fucking way, man. 63. So that is boots, gloves, chests, I guess helmets. $10,000 ES on the pure ES version. So yeah, I don't think I can go charisma and get everything I want because mana costs. But I can also do this. Actually, no, I can't. I was gonna say the life node that makes it cost mana, but I don't have. I'm not skilling life, so wasting 3 points for 15% cost is meh. I also don't know that I want to waste. If I find no need for minimum endurance, which I actually don't. I don't think I do. I can remove this and instead go for mana costs. What up, Froz? How you doing? I can go for like mana costs. And with mana costs, I didn't do shit about fuck. Everything's still expensive. Made a killing today? Oh, you just been farming Sanctum of Rebirth? What did you drop? I'm gonna do some more Sanctum of Rebirth farming probably tonight. Bone offering, Stormbrand, conductivity. 2 offhands. Congratulations. Is the offhand still worth a bill right now? Oh, you are doing it in groups? But you're doing hard mode? Yeah, there's no point in going mana costs. No point to going mana cost because was doing normal first, then hard mode. Okay. How many of you were there? So what can I do what can I do to be able to afford this? That is the question. If charisma is not enough, and I still have this, but that's not enough, I can't risk my Val Regalia unless I want to make the crafting cost insanely high. Because if I do, then it's possible. Because I could easily I could get let's try something. Because this is going to be a prefix or an Eldritch Anoint, I could potentially have a crafted modifier saying reservation. Can I not? For reservation, it can be crafted. Brad. Or but all were duels. So are you guys PVM as a group or something like that? Okay, since RMR can be crafted, then and the helmet is unavailable, I don't think we have many more options. Champion of the Cause is where? Where is Champion of the Cause? Mana reservation. Leader of the pack, 12% reservation efficiency. So we can maybe get Impossible Escape and choose this and this. We do have some skill points left to where we can play around with this. Have you done some Sanctum today? Yes, I have done some Sanctum today. I did about 3 complete runs in normal mode before I had to go back to work. And then after that, I had to start working on... I had to start writing my script for my next YouTube video. So I haven't done too much, but I did drop the book, the prayer book. Sold for like 50 mil. What can I do? What can I do? If I use an Impossible Escape, I have to drop this Ghastly Hydro. It's not the end of the world dropping this Ghastly Hydro, especially if it means going for more effects, like reservation effects, and some more... Actually, it's area of effects. It's not even effects. Never mind. It's just AoE. Oh, this is Champion of the Cause now? Okay. So yeah, 12% here. But there is a keystone. I guess you could get either keystone and get the 12%, and that would allow you to... That would allow you... What's it called? That would allow you to get both auras to be very tanky. Because this is how tanky we'd be with both auras, but we kind of right now, if we don't do that, we kind of just have to pick one with Foresight, which gives us 9,300 ES, versus being able to pick both of them. We would lose out on, again, this Ghastly Eye Jewel slot, which should have ES. It should have flat lightning, and every source of flat lightning is huge. So I'm very hesitant to remove this. Very hesitant. I kind of really don't wanna. Like, we have other sources, don't get me wrong. We have here, we have here, we have 4 here, so that's at least 6 Ghastly Eye Jewels. But like, every Ghastly Eye Jewel is good. We could, in theory. Now we can't lose the Dex or the Fire Res there. This is the one that's completely damaged and the one we can possibly afford to lose the most. But this would still be a good damage nerf. I think that might be what we end up doing though. That might end up being what we do. What if this is negative mana, right? All right, let's do it. Impossible escape. So Frost, are you gonna keep doing more Sanctum today? What's the plan? And let's do Arsenal of Vengeance is probably gonna be the best if we go Charisma. But first, I want to try this. I want to try Precise Technique. So let's try that. Precise Technique first. And then we just go 1, 2. This puts us at what? This puts us at 10.6k ES. And of course, we can't afford any of our... Wait, can we? We can't afford Bone Offering. That's not good. Now we can afford Bone Offering. We can afford everything. We have 159 on reserve mana. Why is Bone Offering so fucking expensive? Bone Offering, how much are you costing in mana, my guy? 70 fucking 6? And this is with the ring. What if, hear me out, instead of -7, what if we then went reduced mana cost 5%? 5% of 100 is 5. So it's -7 is just better than 5% reduced mana cost. All right, it is what it is. So if we want to use our offering, which, why is the mana cost so high? Just because, basically. Because of levels and yada yada. That's about it. Anyways, this is what we need. Now, if I were to, you know, switch my Impossible Escape to you, to where I would get more effects, Arsenal of Vengeance. That's actually ideally what I would want my Impossible Escape to be. Arsenal of Vengeance. Huh? It's not an Impossible Escape? Oh, we need this though. God. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go... What was the other one again? Precise Techniques, I think. That gives what I want here. So let's go... Edits. One 44, 2 44, 3 44, 4 44, 5 44, 6 44. Is there a rhyme or reason to this? How does it even know what I choose? Because selected variant 30. Which means if I go up to 30, should be precise technique. So if I go this, and I go to the next one and I'm like, paste. Bruh. Of vengeance. And I put it on 44. And I put selected to be 44. I don't know if 44 wouldn't make sense, but and then I save that. There we go. Okay, good. It kind of works. I'm gonna just have to make do with this. Take that. Why is it 132? The fuck? What the fuck? Why? Even this is too high. There's something else. There's a point somewhere that's still taking that shouldn't be. There we go. Yeah, 122, 123. Okay, cool. But I would then go this. Mana right now is 85. Which is enough to cast you, even if I didn't go the bone ring, but it's just barely enough. Now, if I were to be able to do this, right? And I went discipline, determination, tempest shield, you know, it has increased effects. That means my determination is giving me more ES. My determination is giving more ES. Determination is giving more armor. Discipline is giving more ES, right? Do I want to have comfortably more mana or just barely, or have increased effect? The question now is, how much of a difference does this make? It's like 50 ES and armor is like almost 1,000. Jeez, okay, 700. It's about 700 armor and 50 ES, that one node. So now, do I think that's worth it, or do I just want to? I will say this. In the world of trigger ones, I think you just want to be able to comfortably use skills without sweating the details. So for just quality of life, I think I'm actually gonna opt for this one. Read out the pack. So we're going to do that in turn. So all I had to do is 44, 45. And I picked 45. That is actually what I needed to do, I think. Nope. Did not work for some reason. What if I am 45, 44? I think so long as I don't choose it here. Oh wait, you know what it is? It's this. There we go. I did it. I fucking did it. Just because of how constant that was, I'm gonna still use you. Well, let's switch to precise techniques because I don't think you're going anywhere, right? And we just pick this as well as this. Reservation, more reservation. We have 159 on reserve mana. We can just, you know, chill. God damn. Good loot, Arcane. Is this from this is from the boss, I assume. Just proc the carnival bug. Well, happy blue farming. Happy blue voucher farming. I can reset you. I have more than enough spell block chance, or I guess regular block chance. Pilot, thank you for the follow. How you doing today? 113 FE. God damn. Good stuff. So if I had to take this point away from somewhere, where would I take it from? The extra points, that is. Can be convocation. Can't be spell block chance. Honestly, I can just do something like this. So I can get block chance from this. So does that mean I can get it from here? So I guess I can get spell block. I can get attack block, but not spell block. Which means I should prioritize spell block. Which means in my Val Regalia, if I can instead block spell with Eta, I should go for that one. Remove 2 implicits. Remove this. This puts me at this situation where I can now do that. I can also save the points here. I'm still overcapped by 2. But now, attack block is the one that's suffering. And if I really wanted more attack block, what can I do? Reduce my strength. I can only afford 1 node. If I could afford more strength on gear. If I could afford more strength on gear, then what's it called? I don't even need to do all this. If instead I went for block AD on the chest piece, so I had capped regular block and I needed spell block, I was on 73. What I could have done is I could have saved the point from this and just sacrificed 4 int nodes for the same reduced chance from crits. You know, reduced damage from crits rather. Also something I could have done. Either way, we've saved the point now. ultimately I kind of, do I want to be capped on spell block or attack block? Honestly, much rather have spell block cap, because spells are fucking disgusting. What do I want to do? We'll leave it at something like this. Probably actually go back to the way it was before, to where it was 73 and 75. This point would still be here. I would need to take, I would need 60 more armor to cap my block, my armor block, which is just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. But anyways, I have successfully gotten this to where I can run determination and discipline and still have enough mana for everything else. But if I am going to invest in this, I might still want to throw in something to replace the Defiance banner, a 10% aura or a very low reservation. So what do I have available to me? Wrath is not an option. Well, it might still be, because we're going to go Wrath Generosity. Even though we're going Lightning or Spirit of Fortune Spectre, our Wrath should still be stronger than it. So we just use that one. Or what else can we do? If we're not running Wrath, is there any other offensive aura we can? Zealotry is kind of trash. We can't do anything with it with these guys. So what do we do? Is there any 35% or less? We could go Flesh and Stone. It's still less damage taken from nearby enemies. We'll consider it. Let's just look through, but we'll consider it. It might be the play. Yeah, I think it is the play actually. I thought we would just go Vitality, but then we would need the points to turn Vitality. We need Zealot's Oath, which I don't think I want. So in this case, let's go Flesh and Stone, Sand Stance, and nope, we can't fit anything else. We cannot fit anything else. Time for some Arc and Cube chill. Remember to run Chaos Invasions to swap your tree, by the way. Just something that's easy to forget. Okay, we'll leave it at these three. What is it? Reservation. Oh, I can't search that way. Thought I could just search a keyword. There's literally nothing except I go for like flats that would help me. Literally nothing. If I had access to bark skin, it would have been perfect, but I don't. Can I do this? Yeah, I can actually. My mana is down to 110. This is 12% reservation. This is 8% reservation. Okay, so this is just better, period. This is just better for reservation efficiency, period. Like there isn't even a contest, because champion it causes 8% reservation, and 6% effects. So if this is enough, I have the extra node, which means I can go Zealot's Oath, the extra point rather. With Zealot's Oath, I can then run Vitality. Actually, I probably have Vitality from Oak. That's the thing. I plan to run Oak, which would give me endurance charges already, and that would also give me some PDR there. If Oak still gives those buffs, that is. If. And his Vitality is going to be very nerfed, obviously. But it can't be more nerfed than my level 1 Vitality. I'll tell you that much. So I guess we'll see what that entails, and for now we're gonna leave it at this. This is gonna still be here because, like I said, Oak should give us some form of Vitality. Even though we don't really need Vitality, it's still there. Why not use it? You could also try to get Supreme Ego, but this one is like break the bank, impossible escape prices. So good luck. But yeah, something like this. Here we have 10.2k ES, and we have an armor of this. Next, we're gonna actually just go back to what we had before. Which is add implicits, Eta, 10%, 2 implicits, remove spell damage. Then what did we change? We had this, and I think we had a point in here, and I said we're gonna remove this to make sure we're gonna remove that to free up that point, and instead we're gonna like get Rangokurai Turtle, and we're just going to get 4 of that. So we have the same amount of because I want to see 10k there. That's the only reason. Anyways, we have the same amount of reduced crits. We save a point, and we don't save a point actually. We still have the life regen. We're back to 75, 73. So we're 18 and 51, 51, 54. With how tough it is to free up points on the tree, I don't see how I'm gonna, if I wanted to, how I'd go for these max res nodes. I don't see how. You could go Avatar of Fire, Impossible Escape, and path elsewhere altogether, but then you wouldn't get block. Armor, yes, it's still always nice to scale. This is like not bad when it comes to phase HP and whatnot. Let's go back to average. Average non-shaper slam EHP 194k. So we have a 75% chance to block with something like this, with a setup like this. I really would not want to get my block chance. They said they supposedly made it easier to block cap on the tree, but did they? Did they really? There's chance to block here, which is good. This is if you've used the retaliation skill recently. For bottom left classes, yeah, I think I have to agree. It's not for us. We don't get the nice things because they nerfed our chance to block. This used to be what, 4%, and this was like what, 6%, something like that. It was slightly higher in 3.24. And then this used to give early res. It no longer does that. I don't mind the all res. I really like the all res actually. I'm not going to complain about that, but you know. But yeah, I would say something like this isn't bad. 10k ES, which is insane, alongside almost like 19k armor. Like, I'm still surprised by how low the phase max hit is. I would think it would be much higher, but it's fine. Actually, now that I think about it, I might have some armor, so maybe I want to use Molten Shell instead. Yeah, Molten Shell is better now with the amount of armor I have scaling Determination. It just makes sense because I have this like this would just be waste if these are all just gonna be wasted because I don't have armor. So all I'm getting is the ES part, and that just strikes me the wrong way. But getting flat from Determination, getting flat from I think Molten Shell gives not flat, but it gives percent, right? It doesn't increase our armor. Applies the buff that adds to your armor. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Both can take damage equal to 10% of your armor. Up to this. Okay, both grants 909 armor is the bottom one. Is Amethyst higher than Diamond for boss? No. I would say it's the same as the everything else. Amethyst is purplish, so that's purple. So diamond would be above gold, and gold is above purple. Actually, I don't know, because there's no diamond when it comes to regular colors, right? I've always seen diamond as a level above amethyst, personally. Because the diamond killed me way more than the amethyst ever has. Amethyst, I know what mechanics to expect. It's pretty straightforward, but diamond, they're throwing shit that I just haven't seen. And I think I got more from that diamond encounter than the amethyst encounter. The ones I remember anyways. I've only run into diamond once. Okay. Again, not bad. And if I were to turn everything off, and keep in mind this is -1 flask, we can easily have a flask here that does something. Do we have any? Let's go flasks. I guess this is the wrong page. Should be energy shield. I want to see if there are any flasks that affect energy shield. Or if, oh yeah, Progenesis can't work for this for CI builds. I guess this is not going to show me items, eh? Unique items. Oh, okay, well. Is there anything flask related anywhere? Anything? Nope. There's nothing. Now, if there's nothing, let's go back to flasks and see if there's... I know there's nothing. I don't know why I'm even looking. I know there's nothing. I'm just trying to think of what to put in that last slot. If I could go evasion, like flat evasion, but I don't scale evasion anywhere, so that is not going to be effective. Could go gold flask. I'm not going gold flask. It's not happening. We already have quartz here. We could go onslaught. We could go onslaught, I guess, for the slight bit of extra move speed. Or wait. No, never mind. I'm ES. I don't take this node, right? Yes, I don't take this one. Oh, you just found amethyst 6 FE. God damn. So yeah, the one you sent me, what color was that? The initial screenshots that you got 119. Was that diamond? So what are we going to put in place of this strength noding if I wanted to do something with it? We can go increase armor. We can go increase duration for guard skill. Did I just see global defenses? Honor tattoos are not in the game anymore, right? I don't know why they still show up. I think odds are we just go for armor, increase armor or something. So molten shell down, all our flasks down. Anything else to put down? No? Okay. This is a 13k base phase max hit. I think this is fine. Tattoos are back still there on the settlers page. What do you mean? Honor, did you say honor, like honor tattoos are back or just tattoos? No mention of, unless there are two T's. No. The other link is here. Where is the area where they mentioned the corpses? Did they? I don't think they even mentioned the corpses. They did show tattoos, but these are trades. There's nothing here that wasn't here last league, I don't think. Is there any picture that has runes being returned? Nope. But yeah, I don't think there's any tattoos that weren't here last league that are gonna be here this league. Okay, after getting sidetracked for so long, let's actually go on and watch everything that has been posted till this point. Again, to reiterate everything we have discovered so far about the POBing we have done, I think it is just more worth to go for pure ES bases when going CI, go for pure ES. And in my case, I'm scaling armor too via flasks, via determination, via armor ES nodes, and via what else? I guess defensives like molten shell. But yeah, you just gain more EHP this way, or at least PD phase damage. And keep in mind, we're gonna, if this is the case and we have this amount of charges, notice how big it is for our PDR as well as or phase max hit and elemental max hits. They just go insane. And if I were to turn on everything else and then I throw on the endurance charges, they really go good. Plus, I also want to spec into this. So for that, I will find something to drop. I don't know what it is yet. It could be even more effect like here. Could be like that, maybe. But yeah, I will probably find this and then slap on that to get 4 power charges from Oak and get even more elemental damage reduction. Something like that. But that is assuming Oak still does everything Oak should be doing. Big assumptions there. Big assumptions.
Hi.
If all the armor bases use in case you're interested looking at some numbers. All right, let's look at the tutorial. I've of course seen these before, but I said I was gonna watch it with y'all, so let's watch it.
I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. As you may have seen in our GGG live event last week, we announced that we will be adding a currency exchange market in the Settlers of Kalgur expansion. It is important to know that this feature is only available in the Settlers of Kalgur leagues, and will not be available on standard leagues. Today, we'll go over some of the basics of how to use this new system. The currency exchange.
By the way, I noticed something. I'm not the biggest fan of how this rock looks. From this angle, it doesn't look like an authentic rock. But then again, this also, I don't think this is the player's angle. Like when you're running through, I don't think you're going to be looking at it from this angle. I think the camera is just facing somewhere it normally would not, which is why it doesn't look as real as it could.
Over some of the basics of how to use this new system. The currency exchange can be opened at Faustus in Kingsmarch, a new area in this expansion. Despite using Faustus, this system is for player-to-player trading, so will not be available in solo Southbound.
Naturally.
It's worth inviting Faustus to your hideout, so you can use this feature between in-game maps at your leisure without having to visit Kingsmarch every time. Here is the user interface for the currency exchange.
Criticizing the rock is crazy, by the way. I'm just saying, I noticed the rock. The rock stood out to me. It didn't look as real as everything else. Is that my fault? No. But I gotta say what I see, don't I? Just saying, they could make better looking rocks.
Market. Here and here are where you can select which currency you want to trade for and which currency you want to trade away. By selecting these buttons, it will open a window that displays all possible
P.S. My dude really said Mark and I.
items that can be traded through this system. When selecting the currency you have, it will consider your inventory and a number of your stash tabs, so you don't need to move it out of your stash to your inventory first. At the top here, you will often see a section called Popular.
One thing I don't remember this video saying was that you will be able to see just how much of each currency you have when you selected it, like if in the I want section.
Most people trade using common currencies, like Chaos Orbs or Divine Orbs. When inputting the currency you're hoping to get, the Popular category will include a subset of the items that have been used to trade for that currency recently. Specifically, the 12 items with the highest trade volume. It is highly recommended, if you want to fulfill your exchange quickly, that you select one of these popular currencies. Now that we have selected both...
Like here, it doesn't show how many Chaos Orbs I have, is what I'm saying. Like, I would like to be able to see just how much without having to go to my bank. Because that's just simple UI quality of life. Show me how much of the currency I have, so I don't have to go to my bank, look at it and think, oh, okay, I have this. Then run back here and, you know.
The currency we...
And so it doesn't just fail if I try to put more than I have. Like using this currency exchange, it's probably going to be very easy to run out of Chaos Orbs, even easier than in the past, because in the past, trading Chaos Orbs, I would think to myself, I have more Chaos Orbs than I think, and I'd whisper someone, they'd accept. I look in my stash and I'm like, will you take a Divine Orb instead? Now, granted, if you don't have enough, in this case, you just have to go to trade for a Divine Orb, yada yada yada. But like, it doesn't change the fact that if you can't see how much you have now, it can create some unnecessary friction.
We want and have, we need to specify a ratio. This ratio shows the best possible outcome currently available for the exchange you are trying to do. If you hover over this ratio, it will show a number of the best ratios available. If you want to get your exchange completed in a timely manner, it is recommended the ratio you set is equal to one of these or similar. You'll notice as you increase the amount of currency you want, there is a gold cost, represented here. In order to trade using this method, you need to pay a gold cost, which you can find throughout Rayclast in the Settlers of Kalgur League. This value has been balanced around mid-game campaign, so at early game it can be quite difficult, if not entirely unreasonable, to use this system. By end game, it should be relatively trivial, and just serve as a nominal cost. As gold cannot be traded, you must be playing the game in order to engage with this system. Now, we can place our exchange, which will add it down here. The moment your exchange is placed, it can start to be filled, so take care to be certain when placing exchanges. There is a limit to the number of exchanges you can have at any given time. This limit is shared across all leagues. We will be experimenting with this limit. You are able to watch your exchange be filled in real time. An exchange can be partially filled, and at any time you can close your exchange, after which you can take your currency. Closing your exchange will not refund your gold. Once an exchange has been completed, you will receive a notification. If you are offline or happen to miss the notification,
this guy, I'm probably gonna put him where who's the NPC I probably use the least? Who can he replace? I might put him beside. I don't put him anywhere my portals will mess with. I might have to change my hideout layouts just for this league, because with the way my hideout is currently, if I'm remembering it correctly, I can't put him beside Lily because then it might be hard to click him if their portal is open. I can't put him beside my stash tabs because June is already there. If I'm not running June, I could move June down and then put him, or yada yada. Could be an option. I have no idea. We'll figure it out, but this is an important notification to see.
You should make sure to keep Faustus placed in your hideout within sight. He will have this icon above him when he has something for you to collect. Exchanges that are ready to be collected can be seen highlighted here. To retrieve your currency, just simply select it and place it in your inventory. On keyboard and mouse, you can control-click to move an entire stack, and you can control right-click to move as many as would fill your inventory. When using PlayStation or Xbox controllers, or similar, you can press square or X respectively to do the same. Press and holding those same buttons will move as many as would fill your inventory. It is worth noting, you can now also use these same binds to bulk move currency from your inventory to your stash. When doing player-to-player trades the traditional way, it also now uses this keybind for the same.
One thing I will say, Control Shift, was it left click or right click before? That was it was annoying that it would work in trade window and it wouldn't work in your stash tab. Like it always pissed me off when you go, okay, I just dump everything I traded to you, or you just dump everything you traded to me in your trade window, and now I have to manually go in my stash tab and click, and that is like, this is assuming like we have like 3 pages of, let's say, currency to trade. I now have to do that and have to make sure I clear this area first, because you are probably going to be impatient and send me a trade if I'm done dumping everything else. So I wouldn't be able to click this unless I decline your trade. So I always start here in this square because that's where it blocks. Very, very annoying. So like, I love the currency exchange so much.
Consistent across all interfaces. At any time, you can hover the information hover provided on the panel to find out more, or if you just need to refresh your memory. We are very excited to see how the currency exchange market goes in this league and figure out if it has a place in future Path of Exile expansions, and what place that might be. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you for the release of Settlers of Kalgur on July 26. Thanks for trade, stay safe, see you then.
Yeah, and then there is we have already gone through this, I think, for the most part, at least. The ones concerning us, we have gone through it. This was a question I actually had, so I'm very glad they answered it. So these are the 2 things I remember they've posted. Wait. Oh? How does new this monsters fracture on death? Question, what? What do you mean monsters fracture on death? Oh, to fracture. Look at the monster fractured into magic monsters. Okay, I thought it was like the fracture items on death. I was like, what? Question mark? Does each banner have its own value count? Yada yada. Does the new perfect agony effect spread? Prevent effects that spread ailments. With quality on weapon and armor being changed to a multiplicative, have the harvest enchantments that change the effects of quality also been changed? These enhanced enchantments have not received any changes. So basically, they just nerfed harvest enchants. Is that it? That's wild. You just hit big. What did you get? Let me see. God's footsteps. God damn. Looking at over 900 FE. Congratulations. Minus 18% additional order decrease speed. God damn, that's good. GG. So this, I assume, just hard nerfs harvest and chance in comparison. The reward to Val Pact not changes mouse auto markation was targeted nerf for oversight. The shield is designed to be a collective of all the Val themed keystone passives on one item. If one of the keystone changes, then the shield's function will naturally change in turn. And we don't have any concerns with that as long as it can still function. PoE Wiki, what does Val Pact, right? What does Val Pact currently do? Life regen to restore, but it causes life regen to restore ES instead of life. But we couldn't restore ES if I remember correctly, or we couldn't restore ES. So this was just wasted. Applies before Zealot's Oath, however, so taking it along with Zealot's Oath will not grant the character any ES regeneration. This will not prevent energy shield from recharging as it normally does. Actually, it does not prevent other sources of energy shield regeneration, as it's specifically energy regeneration and other life regeneration converted by Zealot's Oath. So it makes life regen restore ES, the current Val Pact. The total recovery per second from life leech is doubled. Maximum total life recovery per second from leech is doubled. You have no life regen. Okay, I mean, this is fine. You can still easily go Mahozotios with the current Val Pact because it's just melee shit, really. Does it still have the second part? Let me see, Val Pact. Cannot recover life other than from leech. So he still has this one. It's still fine. Twice. You dropped another one? For now, Divinity. This is like 500 FE. And this is all from Cube? Are you what am I looking? Are you coveting? Or is it just dropping from the Malice Judges and Incarnations? It may be unnecessary for damage. I'm really unsure on that. Maybe better to focus on block AS or maybe even block suppression because we see how close to the node. I wouldn't bother with suppress personally, because then you need evasion gear. What I've learned so far, this has to be old, right? Yeah, this has to be very old. I'm glad there are some new questions that have been answered. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. So we have what else do we have to do right now? Rolling the cube. Are you using any compasses? I stopped rolling the cube a while ago. Well, I stopped doing cube a while ago too. So there's that. I wanted to watch a video. What video did I want to see? I do not remember. Is there a video in my history I wanted to see? Alright, Polar Bear. They nerfed all my builds for 3.25. Lol. Yeah, I don't think there was a video I wanted to see. I feel like I saw something on Talkative Tri's channel. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, do we have a history? Did he ever release that video that was Did he ever release a video on the history of Boat League? I have to assume this is it, because I too am curious as to the history of Boat League and why it's such a fun concept for the community. Have you seen FaZe Plays videos? Stormblind showed me one of his videos that he posted recently about the pitfalls, like some of the pitfalls that plague minion builds in current Path of Exiles, where which I think was a good video overall. Like what he said about the minion AI, of course accurate. SRS being just the best in terms of minion AI accurate. Skellies among other permanent minions just casually stop attacking for no reason other than why not. Accurate. I mean, it's surprising how often this happens in many games, including D4, because I have issues with D4's minions as well with their AI, where all the conditions are perfect for you to keep attacking, and you just take a break. Like you just go on vacation for like half a second or a second. It's like, bruh, why? But yeah, was a good video, I think.
Talamoana Exiles, welcome to another Path of Exile 1.
Minion AI is so hard to get right. It is. I think the reason SRS is as good as it is, or the reason their AI is as lol. I'm just reading this. I think the reason SRS's AI in particular is as good as it is simple. I think it's at its core. I suspect it is because they are flying. They don't have to worry about collision. These two things, I think, is the reason they can be as good as they can, because they can then program the aggression to where they just lock onto the nearest enemy or to the cursor, and not really give a fuck about how it would look if they run into terrain here, or if they met another minion there, or yada yada. Because I feel like all these things go into minion AI on a game design level, and SRS just don't have to worry about that in general. Because what other minions are there that don't have to worry about like collision or terrain? There aren't many really. You have to look at stuff like maybe Summon Phantasm, but even Summon Phantasm, they end up lining up beside each other, so to a degree I think there is some collision there. Maybe not, I don't know. Anything melee would obviously would have issues. Anything melee will have issues.
Video. Legions of fellow PoE players are extremely hyped about one particular aspect of the next PoE 1 expansion, 3.25 Settlers of Kalgur, and that's its relation to boats. But players newer to the Path of Exile scene and community might be a bit perplexed. What's the obsession with the nautical theme? Does every PoE player yearn to sail the seven seas and go on a bit of
who doesn't like sailing?
Well, yes and no. The desire for a quote-unquote boat league can be traced back numerous years, back to the most vibrant and divisive slice of the online PoE community, the Path of Exile subreddit. However, the rabid obsession with boats and water also partially connects to a hidden system within the game itself that has existed since 2013,
Fishing.
around when Path of Exile officially released. We're going to briefly delve into both in anticipation for the big reveal of Settlers of Kalgur this Thursday, but let this video always be a testament to why PoE
By the
players
way,
are hyped about
when you say Jonathan spoke about it in his last interview, which interview is that? And do you remember what he said?
Boat League, because as many times before, this might all just be a massive bait by Grinding Gear Games. Before we dive into this sacred story, hit the like button, leave a comment, and sub to the channel if you like the video. I'm on the road to 25k subs, and I can only reach it with your help. Fishing is the premier Easter egg in the entirety of Path of Exile. Many of them exist, such as references to other games like Magic the Gathering, but every established PoE player, and hopefully you after watching this video, know that fishing is the biggest secret and Easter egg in PoE. Back in December 2013, fishing rods were officially introduced as an item type into PoE. However, just a few months before, during the game's long open beta period, multiple players reported they equipped two-handed swords that ended up having fishing rod skins with odd fishing-related modifiers. Almost immediately, this was claimed to be a bug and removed from the game. Then, just a few months later, fishing rods were introduced in PoE 1.0.4. All the rods and their modifiers revolve around catching fish, reaching a legendary locale known only as the Winding Pier, and there's even a questline handed out by an NPC called Krilson, the Master Fisherman. He is voiced by one of the GGG founders, Chris Wilson. Can the egg get any larger?
Did you say Krilson?
Questline handed out by an NPC called
Chris Wilson.
Krilson, the Master Fisherman.
Lol.
He is voiced by one of the GGG
Gazi and DM trying to get how they feel right and messing with and without collision. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that one where he was like he removed collision or something and they just felt wrong, something like that. They felt like they were floating and stuff like that, and why collision is important.
Founders Chris Wilson. Can the egg get any larger? Well, yes. On top of the inclusion of fishing rods, the Winding Pier, and Krilson, it's almost 100% confirmed no one has ever caught a fish in PoE, ever. Additionally, it's quite the common thing to see many responses to questions about fishing in PoE communities like the Path of Exile subreddit to simply be deleted or redacted, which could mean moderators deleted the post to cover up any hints to finishing the fishing questline or actually catch fish, but it's actually just players messing with other players. Or so we all think. The best place to help the fishing cause and find out the truth behind PoE's fishing scene is PoE.fish, a comprehensive and reliable source regarding all things fishing in PoE. As they say on the site itself, please note this site is a huge work in progress and there is a ton of missing content. We will do our best to get together as much information as possible.
You know, if they actually, imagine, just after seeing those, imagine if PoE was first person. Imagine how gory it would be, how graphic it would be. I mean, I still remember my first time going into Act 4, you know, seeing the people, you know, seeing all the people in their bloody tormented whatever states and rivers of blood and everything, and it's like interesting. And then all the screams in the background is like,
Fishing mystery is truly one to behold, and something that has been built upon by Grinding Gear Games for years and years.
I don't mind it.
Numerous leagues and their mechanics.
I definitely don't mind it.
Will it ever be solved? I am doubtful, but if there was a league to truly lean into the fishing angle, It just might be settlers of Calgur and its supposed boats. Ever since speculating about a PoE,
and hear me out on this, what if there's a secret 6 resource that you can find called fishing baits? What if? And of course they've not announced it or anything, but someone is gonna find it, and suddenly you can send your settlers to go fishing. But instead of fish, they obviously would return with gear or with other resources instead.
has been a thing.
Could be a cool Easter egg. I mean, it's not like it will amount to anything, but maybe it would drive the PoE community nuts. There's probably going to be some reference to fishing in this Settlers of Calgar, because think about it, what city builder have you seen that did not include fishing in some way, shape, or form, even if it just has like a resource for food? It just doesn't happen.
Players have discussed the possibility of a boat league wherein you ride a boat and go pirating or fish from the boat. There's even a Reddit post from Neversink, the creator of Filterblade, from 8 years ago that hints toward it. Of course, there's also the old PoE 1 character selection screen in which we selected our character while on the boat to Rayclast. People loved that screen and speculated it'd one day return with a boat-related expansion. Grinding Gear Games leaned into the joke a bit too, with a few tiny teasers here and there with hints towards boats. Then everything changed in the lead up to Heist League's announcement. On the Path of Exile subreddit,
what if genuinely there's actually an Easter egg currently in the game that is like a fully completed Easter egg, and you can actually get fish or whatever, like, you know, people still haven't figured it out. What if it actually exists and there's like some merchant recipe, for example, vendor recipe we just don't know yet? Because at the end of the day, even the creators don't know all the vendor recipes that exists. I think they've said something along those lines where there could be some that they just don't remember. Do you know about how rare it is to get Croson? I mean, I've never seen Croson, so I assume it's impossibly rare. And I'm sure you have to meet certain conditions to get Croson. So like, I'm sure I won't say I'm sure, but like, it's entirely possible that the completed mystery is already in the game, and people that work at GGG already know it or have known it since release, and they've just been very like insanely hush about it, like wildly so. They've all signed NDAs saying they would never reveal this one particular thing. Of course, that's a whole last conspiracy theory, but like, can you imagine? Like, can you actually imagine?
User Archer Nick raveled together.
Can he just show up in a random zone, or is there a specific zone he shows up in?
A smattering of evidence that supported the upcoming PoE expansion up to Heist League's announcement. On the Path of Exile subreddit, the user Archer Nick raveled together a smattering of evidence that supported the upcoming PoE expansion being a boat league. They wrote out this tremendous post with this excellent TLDR. League name will be Expedition. You'll sail with Lily, Whalem, Alva, and your new crew, 13 NPCs on the Black Crest ship. Upgrade your ship and crew with a new resource, treasure, and hunt for clues during maps. Eventually, you'll unlock the ultimate endgame map of the subaquatic city of Soatha and plunder it for loot, plus a fight with a tentacle sea monster or giant. Of course, this expansion didn't turn out to be Expedition, which was an actual league that came out a bit after. It was Heist. However, Grinding Gear Games commonly read Reddit back then, and they even do a bit today, but their engagement was far higher, and the old community manager, a mythical figure named Bex, enjoyed teasing the PoE community, the
legendary
like no
Bex.
one else. Many players would study her tweets for hints as to what the eventual leagues would turn out to be, and many times it was verified her
random zone, and you better have a fishing rod when he does. If you leave to get it, he will be gone. So you basically just have to carry a fishing rod in your inventory at all times for the 1 in a million chance you run into Croson. And what if you do have it for the encounter? Does PoE.fish have it?
seemingly innocuous tweets had deeper PoE meanings. This particular user, Archernick, was so convinced Heist would be a boat league because of all Bex's tweets in the lead up to the reveal. Bex was overflowing with excitement over the trailer.
And the excitement is overflowing. You've never seen a part of XR trailer quite like this one.
She peaked at water or sea related clue here. Bex corrected hype train to hype boat. Bex drip feeding us.
Just 1 week left until we announce 3.12 expansion. I tried to drip feed more hints towards the theme and name, but this time you will say now fish and talk to me when you catch. And you go fish. Maybe that enables a pixel in your map to where you can actually fish if you step on it. Now, if you were to get this in, let's say, the volcano map, then I mean, you know, you're kind of out of luck there. But maybe you're lucky enough to get it on a beach map.
Info via teasers. Also mentions well, which is very out of place in the tweet, both related to water. Bex shared a corner of a screenshot of the new league, but to Archernick, it seemed like the flooring of a ship. Bex with the "I'm already several teasers deep."
When people say I see the teasers have started when I'm already several teasers deep.
Deep referencing a deep sea or ocean. Of course, they were wrong in the end, and Bex was just messing with the community a bit. But this
Bex was having fun with her job, I'll tell you that much.
Officially. Ever since, in almost every single league announcement thread or tweet, the community team has embraced the Boat League meme. Forum posts have pictures of boats in them. Teasers take has embraced the Boat League meme. Forum posts have pictures of boats in them. Teasers take place on boats. Texts might have some nautical language, and every single one ignites the Boat League fire and passion in the PoE community. It's all ramped to 100 with.
Are you familiar with the unique Angler's plates? I'm not, but I do know about the unique pieces, so to say.
Settlers of Calgur. Boats are omnipresent in the mechanical change.
By the way, I think I forgot to mention this, but I'm not gonna be live tomorrow. I have an appointment, so no stream tomorrow. But Wednesday or Thursday, I'm thinking Wednesday because Thursday we're more likely to have more information on the league, and if we don't, well, Wednesday, what do I do? Wednesday, I kind of want to make sure my POBs are done and try to get a video out on my league starts plan. This I want it to be comprehensive, like plan for everything I want to do. So like my build, how I plan to level, and there are ads going on when I'm making this announcement. So I'm going to just shut the fuck up and wait for the ads to be done, because why? Of all times, why now? I guess it's just me that's just I just suck at timing, eh? Should have known. Should have known. But yeah, let's just wait. What build? Let me see this. What is this? Pathing. What, mine? In case you do, let me just copy the link real quick. this doesn't have those trees naturally. Generate, share, copy. I should probably remove this, but I have no better way of getting freeze immunity, so I'm never going to bother. Yeah, very great time. Like Twitch. Like I kind of wish I could just straight up stop ads altogether from, you know, being a problem, because they are very annoying in many situations. Like very, very annoying. Anyways, the ads are practically done, and we can go back to what I was saying. So yeah, no stream tomorrow. And I was thinking I wanted to make a video on my league start plan, so it'd be a comprehensive video of my build, how I plan to level from like campaign specters I plan to use, depending specters I might use in my Raid Lord setup once I do get Raid Lord, and of course it'd have the POBs for the different budget levels, and then it would also have my PoE plan out, because by then I'm hoping I've decided what I want to do. I'm hoping, because like I said, I really like the early currency that Expedition provides, but at the same time, Blight is so like Blight intrigues me right now. Like I want to try farming those double enchanted items, and not only that, oils are available on the currency exchange. So if I ever really just need liquid currency, I can just sell. I can literally just trade the oil for the money, you know, the chaos orbs, and then trade the chaos for whatever else, other currency I may need, or yada yada, you know. And then if I have all of this done by Wednesday, then I would like Thursday to be a lore appreciation day where we watch what's it called? We would watch Kit Kat Noodles videos on like the PoE lore so far, and kind of figure out what the fuck is going on there. I don't know that we can cover too much. I don't know how long her videos are in terms of the lore. I don't remember. It's been a while since I saw them, but the goal would be to cover as many acts as we can in preparation for Friday. And then on Friday, because I'm going to be streaming for as long as I will be, because I'm going to be streaming for an insanely long time, I will probably try to start stream as late as I can. But that being said, the league starts by 3 p.m. my time, so I will probably be live by 2 p.m. 2:30 thereabouts, and then from there we were probably just live till the next day, pretty much. We'll probably well into the morning, even depending on how I feel. But yeah, I think that is what I want to do. You know what, let's just check it now before we finish this. I want to see just how long the videos are, so then I know if we're gonna do Wednesday, Thursday as the appreciation day, in the sense that we could do like a half day of whatever I wanted to do on Wednesday, and then a half day of the lore, and then all of Thursday would then be the lore. Kitten Cat Noodle, complete lore series, pause, acts 1 through. So then do we go by the acts? Since you know a bit about the lore, do we go by the acts, or do we go with a different playlist? Because I know she has like by the acts and just the overall raid class story or something like that. Acts 1 to 5 compilation. Did she not post anything in Damn, she hasn't posted in 7 months? Why? I'm clicking the wrong buttons, really. It should be view full playlists, acts 1 through 8. Then complete 1 through 8. Conqueror of the Atlas? Question mark? The Seed of Corruption and Faridon. Venarius and Valdo. Is this in any particular order? Like, do we really need to learn about Shaper before Act 9? Because I don't remember anything about any talks about Shaper Elder during the campaign. So I'd expect it to be after after 10. I know these include other leagues and whatnot, so yeah, I think we'll just stick with the acts. Seems like the smartest thing to do. She used to post build guides. Well, her last build guide was 5 years ago. Yeah, it's been a minute, huh? But yeah, it looks like the acts are roughly 16 to 20 something minutes each. So total, let's just say average of 18 minutes a pop. That's like 180 for 10 acts, which is 3 hours. So we can definitely run through them between Wednesday and Thursday. There's a lot of crossover. What we could do is, other than the acts, we could then watch the other ones, like if there's some time afterwards we could see, because I'm very curious as to Sirius's history. Like I said, I heard he's the exile that went mad and everything, so I would like to hear more about his lore and whatnot. Then of course Elder Shaper, I don't mind learning about them. Maven. I mean, from what I know about PoE lore, I can't say that is not accurate. Like, that is accurate, and it's disturbing how accurate it is.
Teasers. There's even an actual new boat in the teaser trailer too.
But yeah, so the plan would be lore appreciation would be Thursday and maybe some of Wednesday. Basically, I think what I would want to start, certainly, so at a specific time, so that if you want to catch it, you know when it's gonna start. I don't want to just start it randomly. So if I had to make a decision now as to when we start it, like I said, it's gonna take roughly 3 hours, maybe slightly less, to cover it. And knowing myself, I'm gonna be pausing a lot. So odds are, or I won't say pausing a lot, but like talking a lot, because I'm me. Maybe halfway through Wednesday's stream is when we start. Around the 1:30 to 2 hour mark, we start and we get through like the first 2-3 acts. Then Thursday we continue from there. I think that is the current plan. But wait, now the thing is, the reason I don't start on Thursday is if by chance we don't finish on Thursday, what's gonna happen is we'll have to finish on Friday, because I want to finish all the acts. And if we finish on Friday, I know how my league starts typically go, and I know I probably would not be live talking too soon before the league start, because I'd be downloading. I don't stream while I'm downloading and stuff like that. So depends. I might actually download uTorrent for this specific reason. So I might download it the night before, do the whole cut and paste, yada yada, then load the game up and queue up. And if we have some time before, if we have like
15 minutes or 30 minutes before it actually launches, maybe we can sneak in one video then. But I would honestly just rather leave that spot for, if we have that time, then we can look at more lore like Shaper, Elder, yada yada, right? That is always an option. So yeah, I think I'm decided now. Wednesday, halfway through the stream, is when we should be starting lore appreciation.
Then, the Expedition and Heist NPCs, the two most relevant Boat League sets of people, are involved in 3.25. All the teaser pictures also involve boats. It appears the community team is intentionally leaning heavily into the Boat League theme more than ever before. This is also the final PoE 1 League before PoE 2 hits, and they seem to be making drastic, good changes, and changes the PoE community have wanted forever. You know what?
Wouldn't it have been fun if the core of the season theme was actually them trying to make a Boat League versus Power World? Because I know they said Power World was the biggest, like it was the base. What if we make Power World? Was essentially how it started.
What else they've wanted forever? A Boat League. Does this mean Settlers of Kelgur is the Boat League we've all been waiting for? Well, at this point, I've convinced myself. It's time for Boat League, my fellow exile. Hit the like button to send happy signals to YouTube, subscribe to the channel for more content, and leave a comment below. Will 3.25 be Boat League? Let me know. Additionally, tremendous thanks to all my supporters on Patreon, YouTube, and Twitch who keep the channel going. You can support for $1 a month. More information can be found in the links below. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.
All right, that was a good video. At least I kind of understand the history of Boat League a bit more than I did in the past. What are we gonna do? We're ending stream here. That is what we're gonna do here, and we're gonna be back on Wednesday. Like I said, no stream tomorrow, but Wednesday we're gonna start. We're going to hopefully have everything planned out in terms of POB for Reg Defilers. Maybe tweak around with the, what's the name of that minion, Necrotic Bones build, maybe, if we so choose, and then we can start lore appreciation. But anyways, till next time, I'm gonna see you guys then. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate y'all. Good night.